What do you think about the current state of the industry?
Challenging.
In turmoil, is turbulent.
Things have been a little shaky, a little rocky.
Scary.
It's really fucked up.
I think the current state of the industry is trash.
I mean, he's gonna fucking die, and I'm happy he's gonna die. No industry deserves to die more than fucking Hollywood, man.
Pretty bad.
I think it's pretty slow.
I think that AI has scared a lot of people.
I feel it's a shame that California, maybe blunt, that California has just left the entertainment business out to dry.
Kind of battling amongst itself right now.
We hit some bumps.
AI is real and scary, and I hope that most of us will buy into the belief that it can't replace, humans and real talent.
We need to find better ways to do everything, be more inclusive.
The industry has always been in flux.
The pandemic was fucked up, and then all the companies just decided to jump off a fucking cliff and try something that they didn't know was going to work or not with their streaming business model.
It's not all trash, but obviously it's very difficult right now. There's more opportunity than ever, of course, because we can shoot things on our iPhone. You can go out with your friends, you can raise finances, but also they're putting more and more money into massive celebrities, proven entities, and they're not taking as many risks. Plus, AI is taking a lot of our jobs.
Don't act like we haven't been just beating the shit out of ourselves, working 20, 16, 20 plus fucking hour days, getting cheated out of fucking pay, getting cheated out of shit. I had an indie movie once dump me for 3 hours in the middle of location because they fucking forgot I was there.
After we got over the writer strike and then, everything with Teamsters, hopefully the industry will start moving forward. It's been pretty slow this year.
Just the dribbles are feeding people. Give me some creative content and teach me something. Let's teach everybody something.
We gotta do something to keep people interested, to keep people watching the shows. That's another reason why I think this is a good opportunity to hit the people who love reality TV and hit the rest of the people who just like watching TV in general. There's problems with AI and authenticity, and I think this is the best way to be real and keep people watching real stories and real people.
They'll suck on tech's teat all the time when leaving the industry that brought this great state into being, and they just left us all to fucking die.
A lot of people feel that the union didn't do enough to protect or be a safeguard for a lot of actors.
I believe that we should go back to just storytelling, like whatever has a good story, we tell that. And we keep the politics and kind of political opinions out of it completely.
But I think we're on the ups. I'm really hopeful for the future that we can get to a point where creatives are having the ability to express themselves and everyone on set is being paid well and treated with equity and fairness.
Coming off a strike not that long ago has been damaging. I mean, great, we had to do it, but a lot of people aren't hiring, a lot of people aren't producing.
If you look back at the movie Sunset Boulevard, you see the silent movie star talking about how today's actors are all trash. And then in the 70s, when you had this new breed of filmmakers, if you look at those movies or TV shows, they're talking about how movies aren't what they used to be. Today's stars are all trash. Give me the ones of the 50s. And then, at one point I remember in the 90s, and they started missing the 70s. And, the 70s were this wonderful, magical time. It's, like Joni Mitchell said, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
It didn't work, so all of the companies have lost billions of dollars and they've laid off lots of people.
I really am interested in finding ways to be artists and have that be sustainable and be able to do what we love while also being able to pay rent and make a living and actually live a normal life, because it's a career, it's a job.
I had a movie where the gaffer got in such a weird grudge with the prop department that he would steal props so he couldn't shoot to try and get her fired.
I don't want to be spoken to by a robot. I'm not a robot. Give me a person. Give me a real person. You go to any other state, they have great incentives. You go to other countries, they have great incentives. Here you got fucking bullshit to deal with all the time.
the industry's in a weird place, man. Being in a transition for anything is weird. And then going through a industry transition during like election year, and if you know Hollywood, you know how tightly things are put together between studios and politics and all things. And not to go into the conspiracies, just to be the literals, like the tax situations and how work overseas goes, and what we could do and shooting where. Like there's just so many factors that really touch on this industry.
When I first started, every 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old man I was meeting was telling me he'd make me a star if I just came to his studio at 11 o'clock at night.
At the same time, there's so many more platforms. So I think we're going to make a huge comeback, and it's going to be good again.
Some people, it's not for them after they realize what it's like, and others jump right in and realize it's a lifestyle, it's not just a career.
Change is a constant, and you kind of have to roll with the punches. You have to be aware of what's happening around you.
People in production, like, the people here today that you're gonna see, our lives have been really impacted very deeply with the lack of work.
Like, no, dude, fucking film sucks. Fuck all these people. Fuck this place.
And no help from our government trying to get incentives going. Sucks.
I think that there's a lot of things that may be needed to change or be altered or fixed.
All of the inauthentic people who aren't in it for truth, who aren't in it for relationships, and they just want to trick and take and waste your time.
The industry's here to stay. I just hope it's here to stay in Los Angeles. That's what the city needs to do. The city needs to do a few more tax things.
And then, like, interest rates are really high, and so companies don't want to spend the money on borrowing money to fund new projects.
I once worked for Netflix, actually, for one day, and I got stiff $350 on it.
I kind of feel bad for the state of the industry right now, because a lot of times I see people who have a lot of years put into this, and they're walking away with not much to show for it. And people who are like 10, 15, 20, 30-year veterans in this business, and they have to start from scratch and go look for something somewhere else. I think that's, and I laugh at the more so the shock. It's not necessarily as funny or humorous. It's unbelievable that we're hitting a reset button so late in the game.
Here in Los Angeles, it is like not a day goes by that I read someone's story about like how difficult it's been.
God, man, I hate film. This really sucks. Honestly, I used to love it and be like obsessed with it, but there's just no fucking point, man.
So yeah, I'm not really too positive on it.
30 grand for 10 fucking years and busted my ass for it. None of it counts for shit.
I'm here for a long time, not a good time, and we're gonna make it through this thing.
I'll probably be selling my gear at the end of the week, so if they do make this movie, don't be surprised if you don't see me. I will be probably working at a donut shop, being considerably happier than I am now.
The industry right now is in a bit of trouble, but that's okay. It's just time for us to fight back.